Here as we find the mat, sit tall through your spine. Take a moment to close your eyes or turn your gaze low. These beginning few breaths, notice how you feel as you step onto the mat. I'm using this mantra today. It says, I honor how I want to feel. I honor how I want to feel. Been listening to a few talks lately, thinking about it in my mind, the word should, and how much doing things because I should or I think I should has played a role for me. And looking to shift that narrative a little bit. Allow your yoga mat and the space on your mat today to honor not how you think you should move, but honor how you want to move, how you want to feel. And start with very simple, easy movement, as we generally do. Chin down to the chest, rock the head from side to side. Leave the right ear over towards the right shoulder and walk the left fingertips out. Take the right hand towards the left ear. Give it a little tug out to the side. Just the right amount of nourishing length. And then bring the hands back down, tuck chin to chest, and move to the second side. Left ear to the left shoulder, relax the shoulders themselves. Walk the opposite hand out. Hi, sweetie. And then left hand over the right ear. Bring the hands back down, chin to the chest. Lift the head, open the eyes. Seems like Luna's thinking about joining us. All right, let's get moving. Come to downward facing dog on your mat. So we'll start in this big full body movement, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Let your hips kind of sway from side to side. Take in the breath, how you're feeling, how you're doing. Hey, Luna, can you take a few of these upstairs to Dad? Show him your balloons. From downward facing dog, inhale and come forward to plank pose. Add in a push-up, down and up. And then stretch back to downward facing dog. Take them up, please. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, come forward to plank with toes or knees on the mat. Add in your push-up and down dog. Do about 5 total. About because you're picking how you want to feel. Is a hold better? Is 8 better for you? Find your way here. And then lie down flat on the belly. Reach your hands back, turn the palms up to the sky. Inhale, lift everything that you can up away from the mat. Squeeze the heels in close towards each other. Point the thumb, the first finger, a little more up towards the sky. Really soar here. Exhale, lower it all the way down and press back to child's pose. Walk both hands over towards the right side. Reach out to the left fingertips and pull back towards the left hip. And then walk the hands across the center, on over to the second side. Reach out to the right fingertips and pull back on the right hip. Walk the hands to the middle, come up to all fours, and do cat and cow. Move the spine back and forth. Every inhale, let the belly drop down. Every exhale, round the back. Look towards the ground. And then go back to downward facing dog. Walk the hands to your feet. Do ragdoll pose for a moment there. Let your head hang heavy. Hold on to your elbows. Sway a little bit from side to side. And slowly come all the way up to standing. Place the hands at your waist. Look forward to the front end of your yoga mat. We'll do our big steps forward here. So a little bend behind the knees to take your giant step forward. Adjust to have feet about hip distance apart. Really squeeze in the back glute to support the stance and lift the arms up to the sky. High lunge. And then lower the hands down, step through plank to add in your push-up or your hold of plank, and to downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, to the waist. Press down through your feet, come all the way up to standing. You are a card today, huh, Loon? Look towards the front of the mat. I'm going to take a big giant step forward, left foot this time. Big step into your high lunge. Straighten out through the back leg as much as you can. Lift the arms to the sky. Square off the hips. Left hip back in space. Right hip forward. And then lower the hands down. Step through plank. Add in your push-up or your hold. Uh-oh, it burst. Downward facing dog. Take several breaths here in down dog. And then change the direction. Look towards your hands and step or jump to the front end of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand, lift the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. Take in a couple of breaths. Take this upstairs and find Dad and see if he can help. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do Surya Namaskar A here. Sun Salutation A. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Lower to the mat. Cobra, peel the chest up. Change to downward facing dog, hips up and back. Take a couple of breaths here in down dog. And change again. Look forward to the hands. Step or jump to the front end of the mat. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand up, arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. Do the top half again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Step back to plank. Okay, lower down to the mat, but this time bend both knees. Make the inner edges of your feet touch. Take the hands behind your head. Give that push of the head into the hands and try to lift everything that you can up away from the mat. Elbows can go more forward to make it feel better. Out to the side if you like the feeling of the deeper challenge there. And then lower it down. Press back to child's pose. Change to down dog. Now walk backwards, hands to your feet. Stand up and start with those big lunge steps again, right foot to the front of the mat. Arms overhead. And we add a twist, hinge forward at the waist, palms together, left elbow towards the outside of the right thigh. Try to press the hands more towards the center of the body and point the elbow up towards the sky. All of these alignment cues are guide points. Make sure it's honoring the ways that feel better for you in the practice. Untwist. Set the hands down, do a push-up, and lie flat down onto your yoga mat. Reach the hands forward, superhero. Lift everything that we can up, up, up. Breathe and hold the lift. And then lower it down, press through child's pose to go to downward facing dog. From down dog, walk the hands backwards to your feet. Hands to the waist, stand up. Do it all on the second side. Step the left foot forward to your lunge. Find your balance first, arms overhead. And then add on. Hinge forward, hips back, hands forward. Palms together, add the twist. It's right elbow to or towards the outside of the thigh. Work with the breath. Untwist. Superhero. Step back, add in that push-up before you go all the way down. Arms forward, feet back, lift. Your back. Okay. Let's get it later today, Luna. Child's pose. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Stand up. Take a couple of breaths. Hands at the waist or down by your side. Lift both arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Walk it out to plank pose. From here, pull your right knee into the chest. And then can you make your right knee go more towards the left elbow? And then back in towards the chest. Right knee more towards the right elbow. Back into the chest. And step back, full plank. Always plank is toes or knees. That means this add-on as well. Pull the left knee up and into the chest, round the upper back a bit to help support you. And then towards the right elbow, to the center, to the left elbow, to the center, and step it back. Lower flat down to the mat. One more superhero. Arms forward, feet back. Except this time, right arm, left leg, lift. Lower it down, left leg, right arm. Left arm, right leg, lift. And lower it down. Press back to child's pose. Little core stability there for us. And let's change to our standing poses. So come through downward facing dog. You get to pick, walk your hands back or step or jump forward. How are you honoring what the body wants? Half lift, forward fold, stand, reach the arms to the sky, palms together, center of the chest. Again, take in the breath. Okay, we're ready for a nice wide stance on the yoga mat. Toes straight ahead, heels straight back. Extend the arms out in either direction. Wide star pose here. And turn the right toes out. Good series of standing poses here. We know them. We're going to just go right through them. Triangle pose. Right hand down, left arm up. I'm going to give you more silence. Just kind of call out the poses. Give yourself time to breathe here today in these standing poses. And then come up and switch sides. Reach towards the left fingertips down, right hand up. I used to practice much more regimented because my hands can touch the ground. I thought I should do the pose that way every time. Honoring how I feel and trying to breathe in a little more air into my upper rib cage. Take away the should of where the hand should be. If I lift a little higher, it's easier. It gets me to how I want to honor the feeling of breath in the torso. All right, come all the way back up. Go back to your first side, warrior two, bend the right knee. Gaze out over your right fingertips. Adjust, move, stay with the breath. Find a little more stillness. And then switch to the second side. Change the feet. Bend the left knee. Keep the right leg straight. Straighten the left leg. Turn the toes parallel to each other. Heel toe the feet together. Give it a little shake. Half moon pose and then into sun warrior. Take another wide stance. Turn the right foot out. Rebend the right knee. Same setup as warrior two, but this time right hand comes down. Bring your weight onto the right fingertips, right leg. Lift the left leg into the air. Half moon pose. Feel stable in the base, which might mean more bend or more straight through the standing leg. What keeps you stable? That stability on the standing leg honors a little more freedom and ease on the top leg. Come back to warrior two and add in reverse warrior, sun warrior. Palms turn up, lift the right arm up. You can play with it. Does it feel good to look up and take your gaze high? Or to keep more open across the torso and look down low? And then through warrior two, straighten the right leg and switch sides. Left knee bends right over the line of the ankle. Stack shoulders over hips to start. See That good full warrior two, and then it transitions to half moon pose. Doesn't matter how many steps it takes. Walk the right leg closer to the left and then lift off. Just like in Sun Warrior, turn the gaze down to the side or up, you choose. Looking down can be more stable. Looking to the side, up. A little more ease to let the body open and follow, but is that your best point today? And then change, warrior two, set the right foot down. Bring the torso upright. Sun warrior, turn the palms up, lift the left arm high, right arm low. Choose the breath, choose the gaze. Honor what feels right. Warrior two. Straighten the left leg, turn the toes parallel, step or jump, feet all the way together. Again, nice little shakeout. We've got one more wide-legged stance. Take the feet wide again. Wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Place the hands down to the floor. Keep the legs as straight as they'll go with the hands down. Send the head down as well. Let the head hover a few inches above the ground or a whole foot off the ground. It doesn't matter. Just give some space between the head and the ground so that you still feel this nice sense of release in the upper body through head, neck, and shoulders. Let this pose stretch the legs right now. Push a little more weight forward in the toes, less in the heels. Everybody look towards the front of your yoga mat, spin to a low lunge, and step backwards, downward facing dog. Okay, from our down dog, let's lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Pull the right knee into the chest and hover forward. We have that little stability work in the core again here. Right knee towards the left elbow, towards the right elbow, and straight back. So it's a little quicker now here. Left knee in towards the chest. Take left knee towards the right elbow, towards the left elbow, and straight back. Three-legged dog, lift the left leg up and back now. And step all the way forward into your low lunge. Come up to high lunge, arms up to the sky. Okay, this is a fun one. From high lunge, we're going to bring the right knee up and into the chest. So we have to stand on the left leg, pull the right knee up and in. And then hold on to the right leg, either the outside of your shin, the outside of your foot, or around your big toe. Stretch your right leg as straight as it'll go. Straight ahead, and then out to the side. Release the right leg and step all the way back to your high lunge. Lower the hands down. Step to plank. Hold plank or add a push-up. And do downward facing dog. This is fun, right? Lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. We repeat again. It starts with that core stability work. Knee into the chest. Left knee towards the right elbow. Towards the left elbow. And back. Right knee into the chest. To the left elbow. to the right elbow, and three-legged dog, all the way up and back. Step the right foot forward into your lunge. Come up to high lunge, arms to the sky. All right, push down through the right big toe to propel you. Power, lift the left knee up into the chest. Hold around the front of the shin, or the foot, or the toes. Stretch the left leg as straight as you can, straight ahead of you, and out to the side. Lower it down, 2 feet. Oops, we better step all the way back to our high lunge. Lower the hands down, step back to plank. Guess what? You get to add in a push-up and go to downward facing dog. I think y'all can do it again. Let's see. Right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Pull the knee into the chest, hover. To the left elbow, to the right, and back. Left knee in, to the right, to the left. Three-legged dog. Step it all the way forward to the lunge. Come up to high lunge. This time, warrior 3. Hinge forward, lay your belly down close to, right against the thigh. Take all the weight into the left leg, lift your right leg up. Push through your left big toe to make the leg a little straighter, keeping hips and shoulders square, down to the ground. Step it all the way back to your high lunge. There's one more thing here. Step your back foot forward, chair pose. Exhale, fold over. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Let's get it done. Knee to the chest, to the right, to the left, and back. Knee in, to the left, to the right, three-legged dog. Step it forward to your lunge, high lunge, arms to the sky. Warrior 3. Set the upper body first. Slide the weight to the right leg and lift the left leg up. High lunge. Step left foot to the right. Top of the mat, chair pose, Utkatasana, called fierce pose for a reason. And exhale, forward fold. That is a tough section. Stay right here, breathe right here. Honor the hard work. Allow yourself room to lengthen the breath back out. One more breath and standing forward fold. Okay, join me as you're ready. Right foot forward, left foot back into your lunge. Getting into twisted monkey here. Lower the left knee down. Bring both hands to the inside of your foot. Heel toe the right foot out to the side. Even turn the toe, knee, hip out. Pull the left heel in towards your seat. Reach the right hand to the left foot. Hold on for a deepening of the quad stretch. We've got a twist in the torso. You can even lean the shoulders and head back a little more to add in some back bend. Do the pieces of the puzzle, but honor how you need in your practice today. Release twisted monkey on this right side. Step back to plank. Lower down to your mat. Bend both knees. Reach both hands back towards your feet. They can hold on to air or the front of your feet. Bow pose. Lift up. All those belly down back bends in the beginning help to prepare us. Lift, lift, lift here. Release. Change to dog pose. Step the left foot forward to your low lunge. Both hands to the inside. Twisted monkey on the second side, so right knee goes down. Widen out the front foot so you've got some space. Nice little stretch in the hip flexor. And then you add the twist. Then we add the quad stretch, the hold, the bind, and the quad stretch, and maybe even the back bend. Twisted monkey, always one of my favorite poses because there are so many different things that you can choose to focus and concentrating on depending on what the practice the body needs that day. All right, release. Find your way back to plank. Let's even out that bow pose. Do it a second time. Lie down onto your belly. Bend both knees, reach back, hold on to your feet. Both quads a little more evenly stretched out here. Maybe that's helpful as you come into this second bow pose, a little more known in the shape and how the breath is going to work with it this particular moment. Give it 2 more breaths. And change. Child's pose. No rush. Take a few more breaths in child's pose. Okay, downward facing dog. From down dog, balance on your right hand, outer edge of the right foot to move into side plank with ankles stacked. If you think, nope, not doing that today, have the bottom knee down. That's always available to us in side plank, just like in full plank. Okay, go back to downward facing dog. Good old side plank, ankles stacked, second side, left hand, outer edge of the left foot, stack the ankles, lift the right arm up. Think navel back towards your spine so you get a nice, strong, secure center. And then again, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward into the lunge. Lower the back knee down and bring both hands up to the front thigh. Much like twisted monkey, except for we're not twisting, we're gonna stay straight ahead. Let the hips move a little down and forward. Front knee over the center of the foot, even if it goes beyond the line of the ankle. And pull the back heel up in towards the outer sit bone. Lift your left arm first up to the sky. So you want all of the length on the left side so that it's easier to then turn, reach back, hold on to the inside edge of the left foot. Bend the elbow, turn the hand to pull the heel in towards your butt. As much as possible, swing the head, shoulders, hips back towards the front. So you're looking over the right leg. Slow release of the back leg. Step through plank. Go to downward facing dog. And do it on the second side. Step the left foot forward. Right knee down. Both hands to the front thigh. Square it off. Hips, shoulders, everything towards the front. Then right arm up. Pull the back heel in towards the outer sit bone. Some days, some sides work better than others. Keep honoring. Right hand holds on to the right foot. Big toe side, thumb up. Arm might need to stay stretched out. If I look over the right shoulder, I can usually get my hips to go a little more backwards, making it easier to deepen the knee flexion and point the fingers forward, bend at the elbow, and then slowly circle back around. Slow release through plank pose. Not adding anything fancy in between. I always think my body needs a little more time. Just find neutral again. Maybe you're the same. That's a tough pose. And then downward facing dog. Okay, we're back into side plank with ankles stacked. This time I'm going to rock the right hand over towards the left side of the mat and then go into the pose. So right hand on the left side of the mat, side plank, ankles stacked. And that's so I have the boundary of the mat to go into wild thing. Step the left foot behind you, bend both knees, rotate hips and shoulders to look up towards the sky, re-straighten the right leg, and you should be there. Keep lifting the hips higher to create the back bend. And then go back to side plank, ankle stacked. Back to downward facing dog. The very name of this pose, wild thing, is asking us to expand and to be bigger. We gotta feel good to do it. Left hand, outer edge of the left foot. So it's that play of creating some boundary so that those really big, expansive poses still are honoring and feeling good. Step the right foot behind you as wide as your yoga mat. You know the space to work with. Bend both knees. That should allow us more ease in the joints to rotate hips, knees, shoulders to point more up towards the sky. And then re-straighten the left leg. If that makes your butt dip down, push into your right foot more to try to send the hips higher. Look at your left hand to help you go back to ankle stacked side plank and back to downward facing dog. My body's certainly calling for a child's pose here. I'm going to honor that. Do it with me. Child's pose. Or feel free to sit upright on your heels as you want. Okay, good hard stuff. Back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot through to your low lunge. And then warrior two. So we've seen this before. Spin the back heel down, torso upright, extend the arms in either direction. Add in side angle, elbow to the knee, top arm palm down overhead. Keep pushing a lot of weight into the back foot and try your bind. Left hand behind your back. Drop the shoulders down so that you can thread the right arm under the right thigh and try to find the hands behind you. Swing the head closer towards the right knee. Release the bind. Go back elbow to knee. Top arm palm down overhead. Sort of see it stage by stage, coming in, going out. back to warrior two. And then we'll cartwheel the hands, step to down dog, and do the second side. Left foot forward, warrior two, right heel spins down, come on upright. Find side angle first, elbow to knee, top arm, palm down overhead. Of course, the option to stay longer in side angle or add the bind. Right arm behind your back, left shoulder matches left knee, and then left arm under the thigh to reach back towards the right hand. And I've got to honor that I'm making a choice here. Do I want to keep the hands bound? My head has to stay forward. Or if I release the hands, I can free up and find that length again in the torso. Maybe you're making similar choices. No one way that it should be done, just choices. Elbow to knee, go back, palm overhead for side angle. Come back to warrior two. And cartwheel the hands down. Step back to plank. I'm just going to melt down to the mat and change to a seated position. As you change to a seated position on your mat, extend your legs straight out in front of you. Always one of our favorite poses. Pull the right leg back. Wear it like a backpack. I've walked you guys through this one a million times. Hands down, squeeze it in. Lift as much off the ground as you can. Hold it and release it. Do it on the second side. Wear the left leg as much as you can, high like a backpack. Strap. Hands down, pick up your butt or pick up your heel or both. And lower it back down. Cosmic abs, knees to the right, arms to the left, pedal it out. Have a rhythm with the music and just move. Change sides every few pedals. Back to the first side and to your second side. Lie down onto your back. Sit on your hands for a little extra support. Feet straight up in the air. More challenge, take the hands behind your head and lift your head and shoulders up off of the mat. So you're doing a little upper abdominal work with the lower abdominal work. Okay, here for the lower abdominal work, lower the legs, down and back up. Leg raises. Do make the legs as straight as possible the whole time. That'll help to make sure that we're targeting the tone and strength in the thighs, particularly in the adductors, inner thighs here. Help us make some magic here in this pose. About 3 more leg raises. And then pull the knees into your chest. Instead of the legs going up and down, rock the torso up and down a couple of times. Gain some momentum and stand up at the top end of your mat. Use your hands or don't. As we stand at the top of the mat, swing your arms up to the sky. Hold on to your left wrist and reach to your right. Come back to your center. Hold on to your right wrist and reach up and over to the left. Squeeze the butt, push down through your feet. And come back in. We're doing this next arm balance pretty swift and fast, just like we did in that backpack strap. Take the feet as wide as your mat. Do a squat. Turn your toes out, heels in, and lower your hips down. If your butt is all the way down, lift it back up to the line of your knees. Thread your arms through the legs. Point your fingers more in the direction of the front of the mat. And try to sit on your upper arm bones. Create a shelf. Trust that you'll catch yourself. If you don't, the mat is right there. It will catch you. Arm pressure pose. Try to press the arms out into your legs and squeeze your legs in to your arms. And then you find your way back to that squat and stand all the way back up. Sweep the arms to the sky. Bring the feet hip distance or closer together again. Like you were here the whole time. Hold on to the left wrist and reach to the right. Come back to the center. Hold on to the right wrist. Reach over to the left. And back to the center. This time, a squat with your heels up, feet together. Take your hands down. Again, we're going quick here. Don't overthink it. How can I get myself from this into tremulous pose? Palms down, lean the knees more forward, and try to jump the feet up. Jump the feet up. Try it about 4 times. Press hands down, make the arms straight, and some hop of the feet up. And then stand back up, lift the arms to the sky. This time, exhale, forward fold, and find your way to downward facing dog. That's one way to get a few arm balances in towards the end of yoga hour. Take the knees down, you're in all fours, and then come up to kneeling. Extend the arms straight ahead. Keep looking over your fingertips the whole time. My favorite way to do camel pose, from the strength in our quads, squeeze your glutes, engage in the quads, and then lean back on that strength until you feel like you're going to fall. Come back up to neutral. Do it 2 more times. Go back and come up. This time as you go back, take your hands, hold on to your heels. Look more towards the ceiling and push your hips more forward and up. To get out of camel pose, take your hands to your low back. Push your hips forward to bring your torso upright. Go back to all fours. Let your back stretch in the opposite way, child's pose or downward facing dog, you choose. Again, lower the knees down, come up to kneeling. 2 more hard things. Gate pose, gatekeeper, I think is the hardest. Extend your right leg out to the side. Reach your right hand down towards your ankle and take the left arm all the way up and over. Now, do you want to close it off today and make the hands touch? You can. And then try to slowly open the chest and hips back towards the front, keeping the hands connected. Or release the top hand. Don't make it touch the bottom, to give a little more space again in that upper torso. Come all the way back up. Kneeling. Extend the left leg out. You pick today, toes out or in. Reach the left hand towards the left ankle. And then right hand, palm down overhead. So it's kind of like extended side angle. You can close the hands, that's going to close the torso, and then do your best to open from that. Come all the way back up to kneeling to all fours. Do cat and cow. Do plank pose, and then lie down onto the belly and turn over onto your back. This is the last big hard thing. It's either bridge pose or upward facing wheel. It should challenge you. I want this to challenge you. Bridge pose is challenging after a full practice. Upward facing wheel, even more challenging. Pick your pose. For upward facing wheel, hands go towards our shoulders, elbows to the sky. Be able to see those elbows in your peripheral vision. We all start like legs in bridge pose, press down through the feet to lift the hips up. In bridge pose, the hands are either walking underneath you or holding the sides of your mat. An upward facing wheel, press through the hands to come to the top of the head or to straighter arms. As carefully as you go up, come out of the pose, and then pull your knees into your chest. I'm doing a longer, slower supine twist here in the case that you want to add in a second bridge pose, a second wheel pose. You're going to have some time. So you're either choosing to do that second round or come right into the supine twist with the knees towards the right side. If you are choosing that second belly up, back bend, give yourself 4 or 5 breaths, then the knees to chest, then come to your supine twist. If you've been with me all along in that supine twist, switch sides. If you're just getting there, stay with it. And if you're still on the right side of that supine twist, take the knees over to the second side now. And then let's all bring it back into the middle. Extend your right leg up to the sky, left leg down. The hands can stay out or hold on to the leg. Nice, let's switch sides. Left leg up, right leg down. From here, do one more symmetrical thing, so like knees to chest. Symmetrical being just that both legs are doing the same thing at the same time. Or it's a happy baby pose, another good one. Maybe a supine butterfly pose. Okay, check in. What little more unwinding movement do you want, need? Do the unwinding things, and then find your stillness. Stillness meaning as much as possible, stop the movement in the outer form of the body. And even try to slow down the thoughts and the breath along the interior self. Slowly now return attention, breath and body together, a little bit of movement. Breath. And take your time to come back to a seated position if you're lying back. Gather your palms together, thumbs to the sternum. Thank you for honoring your body, your mind through this practice today. I hope that helps you transfer and honor how you want to feel through the rest of the day and into the next week as well. With that in mind, we'll send out through the sound of Om. As ever, you're welcome to sing along, to listen, or to tune it out. Empty your breath. Take a deep breath in. And deep gratitude to you, each other, this practice. Namaste.